Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for May 27, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the situation in Lebanon remains volatile after Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon resulted in at least 24 deaths and numerous injuries. The Israeli military has intensified its attacks on Hezbollah targets despite a fragile truce in place. Meanwhile, India has announced the release of 10 sailors detained by Iran since July, following diplomatic efforts. In other news, Bank of Montreal has released its quarterly earnings report, exceeding analyst expectations with a net income of $1.63 billion. However, concerns have been raised about the impact of a major LNG deal between Canada and Germany on indigenous communities and the environment. We're also following the developments in the Texas Republican primary runoff election, where incumbent Senator John Cornyn lost to Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, a candidate endorsed by President Donald Trump. Paxton's victory may have created an opportunity for Democrats in the upcoming general election, given his history of controversy and impeachment battles. Additionally, the Supreme Court has rejected Florida's bid to sue states over truck licenses for immigrants, and Trump has moved a cabinet meeting from Camp David to the White House. We'll continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo continues to deteriorate, with experimental treatments and increased international support being deployed to combat the crisis. Despite these efforts, false claims about the disease are hindering response efforts and putting lives at risk. Secondly, Ghana has begun repatriating its citizens from South Africa amid rising anti-immigrant protests. The initial group of 100 individuals is expected to be followed by further departures in the coming days, as the government works to ensure the safety and well-being of its citizens. Lastly, North Korea has conducted a series of missile tests, launching multiple projectiles into the sea, in a move that is being seen as a significant escalation of tensions on the Korean peninsula. The international community is urging restraint and calling for a peaceful resolution to the crisis. These are just brief summaries of the stories we've been covering today. For more in-depth analysis and updates, you can listen to our full podcast or visit our website. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we looked at the surge in AI stocks and how investors can capitalize on this trend. We discussed a dedicated trading account from Robinhood that allows users to create and manage their own AI-powered trading strategies. This innovative approach is set to democratize finance for all, but it's essential to strike a balance between innovation and caution. Secondly, we explored the upcoming IPO of SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk. With retail investors eager to get in on the action, we examined an ETF called XOVIR that offers exposure to SpaceX before its highly anticipated public listing. This unique opportunity comes with its own set of risks and rewards, and we urge investors to approach it with a critical eye. Lastly, we touched on the prediction that Elon Musk's net worth could cross the $1 trillion mark on the day of the SpaceX IPO. While this is a bold forecast, we highlighted the various factors that could influence the outcome, including regulatory delays, market shocks, and valuation fluctuations. Remember to stay informed, adapt to changing market conditions, and always keep your wits about you. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's plans to return humans to the moon by 2024 have taken a significant step forward with the successful completion of the Artemis I mission. This uncrewed mission tested the Space Launch System rocket and Orion spacecraft, paving the way for future manned missions to the lunar surface. Secondly, China is conducting an experiment on its space station to study the effects of microgravity on human reproduction. The experiment involves embryo-like structures made from human stem cells and aims to identify the factors affecting early human embryonic growth in space. This research has significant implications for long-term space habitation, and the potential for humans to conceive and carry a pregnancy to term in space. Lastly, we're exploring the rapidly evolving landscape of artificial intelligence and its impact on society. From China's overhaul of its surveillance network with AI to Elon Musk's concerns over the misuse of Starlink for military drones, it's clear that AI is transforming industries and raising important questions about privacy, security, and ethics. Meanwhile, breakthroughs in medical science, such as keeping a woman's uterus alive outside the body for the first time, demonstrate the potential of AI to improve human lives. These stories represent just a few examples of the exciting and complex developments shaping our world today. As we continue to push the boundaries of space exploration, technological innovation, and scientific discovery, it's essential that we consider the societal implications of these advancements and work towards building a future that prioritizes equity, security, and human well-being. Now for the latest in sports. Here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. In our first segment, we took a closer look at the upcoming NFL season, where several teams are at risk of losing their division crowns. The Carolina Panthers, Pittsburgh Steelers, New England Patriots, and Jacksonville Jaguars are among the teams facing significant challenges in maintaining their positions atop their respective divisions. In another story, we highlighted the thrilling district semifinal matchup between the New Philadelphia Quakers and the Zanesville Blue Devils. The Quakers emerged victorious with a 7-2 win, advancing to the championship round. Their strong performance and aggressive base running paid off, with 8 successful stolen bases throughout the game. We also touched on the current state of affairs in the world of sports, from combined no-hitters in the MLB record book to the ever-changing landscape of team performances. As we continue to monitor these developments, we remain committed to delivering comprehensive coverage and insightful analysis. Tune in tomorrow for more in-depth analysis and updates on the world of sports. And now, let's take a closer look at the New Philadelphia Quakers' chances against Dresden Tri-Valley in the district championship game. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Corral.
Thank you, Howard. First, we highlighted the selfless work of organizations like Krispy Kreme, who are taking steps to address data breaches and compensate affected employees. This story serves as a reminder of the importance of prioritizing cybersecurity in our increasingly digital world. Next, we explored the intersection of technology and human endeavor in the world of fitness. With innovative updates from companies like Strava, users can now track their strength training progress with unprecedented precision, connecting with like-minded individuals and reaching new heights. Lastly, we touched on the incredible diversity of American life, where people from all walks of life are coming together to share their passions and support one another in their journeys. From rural landscapes to urban jungles, these stories remind us of the boundless potential that arises when technology meets dedication and community. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we've got a sweet treat for you, literally. The music industry is buzzing with collaboration and innovation, from Billie Eilish to Kendrick Lamar. And did you hear that Drake has just broken Taylor Swift's record? We'll let our friends at Billboard fill you in on those details. Next, the Rolling Stones are back on top, folks. Their new single In the Stars debuted at #1 on not one, but 2 UK charts, the official vinyl singles and official physical singles charts. That's quite a feat for these rock legends. And finally, we're talking about the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. His music is still reigning supreme, even from beyond the grave. 5 of his albums have reached new peak positions on the UK charts all at once. That's Thriller, #1s, Bad Off the Wall, and Dangerous. It just goes to show that his legacy lives on, and we're all just along for the ride. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. In this special segment, we're bringing together the key stories from our recent coverage. Firstly, we explored the remarkable recovery of ecosystems on a remote island after the removal of invasive species. This heartening tale highlights the resilience of nature and the importance of conservation efforts. Next, we delved into the disturbing incident involving a Hawaiian monk seal, which was targeted by an individual who claimed to be protecting sea turtles. This alarming event underscores the need for education and awareness about responsible human-wildlife interactions and the protection of endangered species. Lastly, we visited the wine industry, where a quiet revolution is underway as vineyards adopt regenerative farming practices. By focusing on soil health, biodiversity, and ecosystem services, these pioneering vineyards are not only producing exceptional wines, but also contributing to a more sustainable future for agriculture. These stories remind us of the intricate balance between human activities and the natural world. As we navigate the complexities of conservation, sustainability, and our role within the ecosystem, it's essential that we prioritize empathy, understanding, and respect for the planet and its inhabitants. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atanacha for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.